It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
Read.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because ye were more in number than any people.
Read.
For ye were the fewest of all people. But because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers.
Yo, those are fire SBs. No cap. I don't know the name of it, but them SBs is fire. Orange and green. Praise the Lord. You see them SBs right there? Those are rare. I ain't gonna cap. Slack right? See, Lord chose those, right? But it says that the Most High God didn't choose us because we were the strongest or we had the most people. He chose Israel to demonstrate his power so that when we came out of Egypt, everybody would know, okay, yeah, they God is not a God to mess with, right? Because everybody has their own God. Every people group has been disseminated their own God.
False God.
You understand? And compare it to ours, right? The one true living God, right? They don't stand a chance.
Right.
You understand? So just to really emphasize his power as far as that goes, and then like you were saying, how your family tells you that it is they can't believe it. Right?
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to sharing this information with the family, etc., at the onset, of course, that's what we want to do because we want to see them get saved as well. We want to see them have the understanding as well. You have to get that in Jeremiah 3. You have to remember, right? The Most High God, out of your entire family so far, you were the one that he chose.
Yeah.
Right?
And I look at that and I'm still amazed by that. I was definitely in the scene.
You were what?
I was definitely in the scene.
Yes, sir.
I was in the heavy metal, devil worshiping.
I can do it if you want. I can bring it over here, actually. You were a devil worshiping?
No, I wasn't a devil.
Oh.
But I listened to devil music, heavy metal, stuff like that.
Heavy metal ain't so bad.
Depends on what you're listening to. You ever heard of Slayer?
Yeah.
You ain't never heard of Slayer?
Oh, yeah, I heard of Slayer.
Yeah, all right. They are demonic, satanic.
Battery?
For real. They have the symbol. They let you know straight out. And I went to at least 2 concerts and saw them. Metallica is like the most famous.
I know Metallica.
Yeah, so, come to think of it, there was one song by Metallica that I always listen to, and it's called Creeping Death. And for so long, I didn't really question why I liked the song. It was just a song that had a real good rhythm and everything, and the lyrics to it. So when I got into the Bible, the lyrics were matching up pretty much with the Passover. So when you hear the lyrics of the song, it's basically talking about the Passover of Christ. Not the Passover of Christ, but the Passover in Egypt.
With the death angel.
Yeah, with the death
That's
angel.
interesting.
But they changed it to Creeping Death. That's the title of the song. It's go, slaves, he was going to serve to the Pharaoh. He doeth every word. Live in fear. I can't remember the rest of it.
That's interesting to know because it's like across all the industries, really, like especially dealing with movies and whatnot, you can see how the Bible really is the theme for everybody.
And I picked that out now. I picked that out. There's certain little things in movies, I'll go, they got that from out of the Bible. That little idea, that little scene that they would do, they got that out of the Bible. I can see stuff like that. Yeah.
And the Israelites are always going to be the center. Like, for example, everybody, when they do the villain type of stuff, especially with Marvel, right? With who's the dude with the damn gauntlet, bro? I can't remember his name now. Thanos, right? everybody, Marvel got Thanos. Marvel has everybody looking at Thanos as he's the evil one, right? That's YHWH,
Wow.
right? Because when he returns, a lot of people gonna perish.
He's wiping out everybody.
And if you think about it, but what was his purpose? To bring balance. It wasn't because he was some maniacal overlord, he just wanted to wipe out civilizations.
Right.
He looked at the world and he said, look, there's not enough to go around. There's too much corruption. The only way to level the playing field is we got to get rid of half the population.
Yeah. Wow, I never even looked at it.
When we even look at dealing with Israel, right?
Yeah.
It says that 2/3 of us not gonna make it.
Right.
That's more than half.
Yeah.
So when we look at even Thanos, I forgot the dude's name, but when he came to fight Superman, he was gonna turn Earth into the new Krypton. Zod, right?
Oh.
People look at Zod like he's an evil person. What did he say? I'm doing this for my folks.
Right.
You over here, you with the humans.
Right.
At the first chance they get, they gonna murk you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not even, and it shows because what was Lex Luthor's job? Get rid of Superman. Take what Superman has and get rid of him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And Superman would be what, like the Christ or something?
No, Zod would be the YHWH in that moment.
Oh, okay.
Because his focus is his people.
Okay.
We see give me Isaiah 63.
Star Wars with
I'm not too much of a DC fan, but
That's Marvel. No, DC is Superman, yeah.
Star Wars though, right?
yeah.
Yeah, everybody.
When Star Wars came out, it was 7 years when I first seen Star Wars.
Uh-huh.
Because it came out in 77. 7 years later is when I actually saw the movie.
Oh, wow.
I had all the little action figures as a kid and everything. Never saw the movie though.
Yeah, but everybody thinks the light side and Luke Skywalker and all of that
Right.
are the good guys.
Yeah.
But when you really look at what they're doing on the dark side, nah, man, that's where
Confederacy or something like that. They call themselves with Luke Skywalker.
No, that's the Republic. That's the Republic.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? Huh? Joker and Batman.
Yeah.
I think it was no Joker. I don't know.
Joker's pretty sadistic.
Yeah,
It's evil.
But okay, I can see why you would say that though, because what is Joker's the point of Joker is to bring the evil out of everybody.
Right.
It's to show you y'all are walking around but y'all fake.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now I can really understand what he's talking about, because Joker is actually planning. His plan is to show you how much he is like you and you are like him.
Yeah.
Just because he's outward with it, y'all say he's evil, but you guys do it behind closed doors. That's the difference, right?
Yeah. That's when you see them in the movie where they're all gathered around trying to figure out how to get rid of Batman, and then he comes in there and everything and stuff. And yeah, he's getting them all together.
Right.
And they all hating him, but then they all start to agree with what he wanted to do.
Right.
Like that. Yeah. That was a good Batman there.
Where you at?
Right, he also tried to kill Superman.
Yeah, and for his own purpose.
Yeah.
It was
Said, what?
Yeah.
Oh, the Tuoba family.
Like, hey, I'm gonna work with all you guys, but in the end, it's all for him. It's all for his self gain.
That's true.
Yeah, man. It's amazing how they tell you stuff like that in the movies. And I never really picked up a lot of stuff back then. But once I came into this, I started looking at old movies and I could see, like, oh yeah, oh now I see why they did the scene like that.
That's why when you look at YHWH healing people, right? It's a lot more than just the physicality, right? When he's giving sight to the blind, remember we're technically blind.
Yeah.
Right? Just because we can physically see doesn't change anything. Right? So the fact that when YHWH is restoring sight to the blind, it's the fact that we can now go back and say, now that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right? Because there was a time where the Most High said that we wouldn't be able to understand the book. Right? So now that we do understand the book, and we're going back like, damn,
Yeah.
This has been in front of our face the entire time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even you watched the Black Panther movie
I watched
with the people under the water? The second one.
No, I didn't really get into it too much because when they changed the character, I know why they had to change the character. It just threw me off because as a kid, knowing the comic book, I was like, it ain't authentic to me because they changed the character.
What do you mean?
They changed the character from a male to a female.
Oh.
So that kind of like female.
Yeah, there's different. There is
a female Black Panther in the comic.
Yeah, there is.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. Remember, there's multiverse. There's not just in the multiverse, but remember, because that wasn't just a him thing. That was their technology.
Yeah. And there were Black Panthers before T'Challa.
Right.
And there's a couple of them after them. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Then I'm gonna have to check it out. I watched parts of it, but that was the one thing that kept throwing me off. So I never was like into it to where when I watched the first one.
Oh, one of the brothers had fringes and a border of blue on in the movie too.
Really?
Yeah, at T'Challa's funeral, he had on fringes and a border of blue.
Ain't that so?
Mm-hmm.
See how
the leader of the gorilla. The leader of the gorillas. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's amazing how they put that in there.
Yeah,
people won't catch that.
And female Black Panther Suri, she said shalom to somebody. Like when they were coming in, she was like shalom.
Yeah.
Yeah. There were quite a few Israelite little gems in there.
Okay. All right. I'll definitely have to check it out.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, definitely going to be worth it. Go ahead, though.
Oh, I moved it? Oh, what was it? Yeah. So look at Jeremiah, chapter 3 and verse 14. Turn, O backsliding children, saith the Lord, for I am married unto you, and I will take you, one of a city, and two of a family, and I will bring you to Zion. And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding.
Right, so we see that the importance of when you're the one chosen out of the family, as much as we may want to save the other family members, because of course we love them, right? We have to remember to stay on the path that the Most High God gave us. Remember Abraham. He took Abraham away from his family, right? This is to say, to make sure that we stay focused, right? Because at the end of the day, whatever the Most High God wants to do, that is what will get done, right? So if it's in His plan for Him to also save your mother, your father, your uncle, your auntie, your brother, then He'll do that at His time, right? Let you be the vessel of example for them to follow, because now, just like they say it's unbelievable that you would change, well, let that be the example of, well, now you know that if I could do it, you damn sure could do it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Rather than, because a lot of times, especially myself, we got into arguments and that, it'll burn bridges unnecessarily because of a fire that we're not taming. Right? We understand that there'll be a fire within us and it's meant to burn the wood, right? We also have to know, and because remember the 10 virgins, right? 5 wise and 5 unwise with their lamps and the oil. Some of them, their oil, it's in the book of Matthew, right? Some of them, their oil burnt out too fast. Typically, when you think of lamps and why that happens, it's due to an untamable fire, right? And the amount that you're disseminating. You understand? So when we think about the parable, we put it on a carnal level, it makes total sense why they ran out. Especially when the zeal is great to have, but tame it so that you can maintain it to the end. Because that same zeal, that same fervor, we need to keep it, right? And if we keep doing 10-gallon pours everywhere we go, by the time we end up needing it, now it's gone. You understand?
I got it.
Especially when we're new to it. In the sense of like how you see how the church they tells you just shut up and listen, right? When we're new to something like this, that is the best way, right? If something sounds off, ask the question, right? If everything's flowing through the Spirit, the best idea is for us to all shut up and for us to listen. You understand?
I noticed I had to start doing that a lot. Because I was like, hey, you want to do this and that? I was like, always. When they got to the point where they didn't want to be around me because my conversations were always going to lead to talking about God and stuff. And I was like trying to wake them up. But then it came to the realization, just like God put it in me at the time that He did, He's got time that He's gonna give it to them and stuff like that. And it's taken me over 50 years to get there. So I don't know how long it's gonna take them. When I got it, I even told friends and stuff like that. I don't even hear from them no more because we were all sinning together. And now that they see me the way I am now, they don't want to hear it.
See, this is when you got to learn. This is when you got to learn opportunity, right? In economics, they call it opportunity cost.
Yeah.
Because of that fervent spirit, right? A lot of times people view it because we're new, right? They'll be like, oh, they don't want to mess with me because I'm so righteous.
Right.
No, your flame turned that ear away from hearing the truth. We have to look at it in both ways because the Most High God chose you. Hey, mommy, love you, right? The Most High God chose you out of all your friends and all your family, not to turn them away from it, but for you to be the light in the midst of that darkness, right? So a lot of times people come into the truth, they think they got to get rid of their friends. You don't. Those are still Israelites. So we use it.
The friends I had, they were so-called white.
Okay, well in that case it doesn't matter, right? But if they're Israelites, we take it as an opportunity. Like my friends from the world, if I have the opportunity, I'll still kick it with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that they can know, like, look, we can. I still, you and me, we still the same. You're still my brother, and if something happens, we still go to war. It is what it is. You feel me? Just because I may not do the same things we used to do together, I'm letting you know you still have a friend. You still have a brother, and I still love you. I probably love you more now than I ever did before. Right? Because of the fact that you know I don't want you doing what you're doing. Right? And now that I'm around you, now you feel awkward. Right? And you know you can't bring that shit up to me because you already know what time it is. You feel me? And now there's like for example, when you go around your friends, they not gonna smoke around you because they respect you, right? They not gonna bring no harm or anything like that. They know, okay, when he around, we can't bust no licks, we can't bust no jugs. You know what I'm saying? What he did, we gonna do our thing. You feel me? Now, that's a demonstration of light in the midst of darkness. You feel me? Like even going to the clubs, being out here on South Beach, a lot of times people ask us, well, why are you in a place like this? This is exactly the place that God wants us.
For real. Back in the day, I used to call this the devil's playground.
Right.
And I was out here drinking and smoking, hanging, swimming out in the water at nighttime and stuff, just doing what everybody else out here does.
Right.
And I knew something was wrong. I could feel it, but I was in the midst of it. So I couldn't like judge anybody for it or anything or look wrong to anybody because I was doing the same thing too.
Right.
I always call this place Devil's Playground.
So look at Psalm chapter 68 and verse 6. NLT.
Bring it out.
God places the lonely in families. He sets the prisoners free and gives them joy.
Right.
The main thing was
the places that are lonely in the families, right? So the people that are typically the outcasts are the ones, right? Like when you think about even YHWH, the places he grew up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He was to be considered the lowest of the low. You know what I'm saying? And it was to, again, always to demonstrate the power of the Most High God. So take that with opportunity, right? And I would say instead of arguing or trying to, a lot of times when we come into the truth, we want to show people how wrong they are.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's what we recognize in ourselves. Right? That's a level of projection that is detrimental to people hearing the word. Because now, remember, when people get told the truth, you become their enemy. You understand? So find a way to maneuver. YHWH says to be as wise as a serpent if you now again placing that parable on a carnal level, how does a serpent move? He slithers, right? It slithers, right? As wise as a serpent, as harmless as a dove, right? And that demonstrates how peaceful you need to be when teaching this information. You see what I'm saying? You have to be so wise that no matter what they bring up, you can sidestep and maneuver like a serpent, slithering through the bullshit. And guess what? Now when you speak, you're harmless. All they can do is accept, because it comes with peace. It comes with love. Those are the fruits of the Spirit. A lot of times that fire that's untamable inside of us, the intent is there, right? It's just misguided. See what I'm saying?
Because I got to the point to where I wouldn't talk to him about it, but I would write a scripture down and I would give it to him, something like that. Or like with my brother, since I got him on Instagram and Facebook, certain scriptures, I would text it to him and stuff like that. Instead of like, because I'd go hours with him to the point to where one night I was talking to him so much about it, I put him to sleep. And my mom was like, "You're just crazy with this. Like, why are you so much into this and everything?" Because me and her, we back and forth. She hear me, but then she got to get away from me.
Yeah.
Because I overflow with it. It's like what you were saying. Too much of it, you know, people too not from it.
Yeah.
So, with my brother though, like, every once in a while he'll hit me up about something, I'll send him scripture. Because in the beginning, I would like send him videos, you gotta watch this, you gotta hear this, you gotta do this. And I could see he was like tuning me out. He didn't talk to me for a while and stuff. So, but a lot of my friends that I've known for like 30 years, most of them, they don't even talk to me. Which is a good thing because they know I'm not coming back to where they're at and everything. So, and a lot of them I told them, I choose God over you. Even though we've been friends this long, God is more important to me than you.
Right.
And I think a lot of them, they kind of don't want to deal with me because of that, stuff like that. But I see it's better because I'm not supposed to be in that realm with them anymore and stuff. Because they're in the realm of being wicked. And I'm trying to get out of that. I'm trying to pull away from that. And wrestling with my demons and everything. And they come from their demons. I'm trying to fight my demons every day and stuff. So I know I can't be around them. So that's one of the things I had to deal with on my own is learning. You can't be around them because they're going to try and bring you back into that sinfulness.
Right.
So it's kind of hard to take sometimes, but I realize like I can't be around them. Even family members. I got family members. And I didn't.
From pork?
Well, this is what
What was the sickness?
She just got sick from eating it because she told me later on, once she started feeling better, she goes, I don't know, I forgot how she put it, but she was talking about the pork. What was in
2 Peter 2.
Made me sick.
2 Peter 2.
Something like that. And I told her, I said, it's in Leviticus, we ain't supposed to eat swine and stuff. She goes, well, I remember you giving me that. The
last verse.
And she told my sister about it. And they were sitting at the table laughing.
21 and 22.
And I told her, I should eat. And then, like a day or two later, she got sick from eating it and everything.
So let me, because that story, it reminds me of this verse right here, right quick. Go ahead.
This is 2 Peter, chapter 2 and verse 21.
Bring it out.
The NLT. It would be better if they had never known the way of righteousness than to know it and then reject the command they were given to live a holy life. They prove the truth of this proverb. A dog returns to its vomit, and another says, a washed pig returns to the mud.
Right. So that's another thing to take in consideration, that yes, we have to rebuke our people. That has to be done, right? Remember the level of wisdom that comes with keeping the Torah, right? We see Peter says that for some people, it's better for them to not even know. Because now that they do know, now they're held to a higher standard. And what did you just do? Make their judgment worse.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's why it's better to continue with what he was saying. What you do and how you behave, let that be how you teach them. Right? In the other epistle with Peter, he said he's talking to the wives, and he tells the wives that they can win souls simply by the way they talk to each other. By someone who doesn't believe the gospel, they can win that gospel. They can win that soul because their lives are examples of what that person actually wants to be. Right? Let me let's go back to Titus 3. What was the one that you had something?
Mark 38 and 15.
38 and 15. Okay, remind me after this. Titus 3 from the top.
I tell you, I got to the point where I was trying to refute everybody.
Right.
And I know I can't do that because some people...
That breeds a holier than thou spirit, though.
Yeah.
That breeds a holier than thou spirit. Hey, mommy, love you, okay? You understand? That's another reason why that we really like to come out here. You know what I'm saying? We'll even come out here on off days outside of teaching the word to let people know that we are not better. As long as you're an Israelite, it doesn't matter what we do. You and I are in the same playing field. Because if the Most High God want to switch us right now, and he want to make me the dope dealer across the street and make you the preacher, that's his own prerogative. And guess what? I'll get the flames and you get the crown. Feel me? So we like to come out here even on off days and share with people and stuff, have real personal conversations with people to let them know, like, we are literally here to be your brother. You know what I'm saying? But let me see this right quick. Verse 1 and verse 3.
Okay, chapter 3 and verse 1 and 2.
Bring it out.
Remind the believers to submit to the government and its officers. They should be obedient always, ready to do what is good. Verse 3.
So real quick, remember this is a letter to Titus from Paul. Okay. So Paul is encouraging Titus, Titus is a leader over one of the churches. Paul is telling Titus to remind the believers always to be obedient to the other leaders and to follow the rules, right? Now this is why though. Go ahead.
Verse 3. Once we too were foolish and disobedient.
Because we once were foolish and disobedient, read.
We were misled and became slaves to many lusts and pleasures. Our lives were full of evil and envy, and we hated each other. But when God, our Savior, revealed his kindness and love, he saved us, not because of the righteous things we had done, but because of his mercy.
You see that? So it's not because of we are so righteous now. Just because we're keeping the commandments, that is not what makes us righteous. Right? We do it now because we know better. Right? But the righteousness is actually attributed to us because we believe. Right? Because if it's counted by our works, we're done. It's already game over. That's why we need that faith. That's why we need that sacrifice. You understand?
And I try and keep that in mind.
Sirach 38 and 15.
Try not to be holier than thou, being on that level and stuff. So when certain people, if I tell them something, I tell them, hey, yo, I was just like that. I used to smoke. I used to drink. You know, I don't ever try and be like, you know, you have to hear this because now God gave it to me and I feel higher than you. I never try and be on that level. So
right. It's important because this even goes back into who the Most High God chooses. He's choosing the people, the ex-convicts, right? The drug dealers, the pushers, the pimps, right? The hoes, right? YHWH said that the harlots would inherit the kingdom first. And he's talking to the rulers of Israel. Right? Go ahead.
Chapter 8 and verse 15. He who sins before his maker, may he fall into the care of a physician.
Going back into, I believe you said it was your mom, right? So now once you told her about that and then she continued to do it, she fell into the hand of the physician, right?